Welcome to World Decoder. Today we explore why a military aircraft designed in the 1940s remains America's ultimate weapon today. The mighty B52 took its very first flight back in 1952, during the intense early days of the Cold War. Remarkably, the United States Air Force officially plans to keep this legendary strategic bomber in active service until the year 2050. How does a machine built over 70 years ago survive modern warfare? The answer is absolutely not rooted in pure historical nostalgia. Instead, the secret lies within the brilliant open platform mindset of those visionary aerospace engineers working during the tense Cold War era. They never designed the B-52 as a rigid, unchangeable aircraft. They built a massive flying framework possessing truly infinite customization potential, always. Imagine a gigantic airborne chassis. The foundational structure was engineered so robustly that it could easily accommodate decades of future technological advancements. Let us look closely at the fascinating technical evolution of this beast through detailed architectural blueprints spanning across multiple different historical generations. When you compare the exterior shell of the original early model to the modern H variant, they look almost identical to everyone. However, if you dare to look beneath that iconic metallic skin, you will find that its internal organs are completely different today. The entire avionics system has been completely replaced and heavily upgraded through dozens of complex modernization programs over the past several decades. In the beginning, the aircraft relied heavily on primitive vacuum tubes, analog dials, and manual calculation tools to navigate through hostile skies. Those early pilots operated in cockpits filled with mechanical gauges, requiring immense physical effort and constant mental calculation during long bombing missions. Today, the modern B-52 features a highly advanced central processing computer system that handles incredibly complex flight dynamics and sophisticated weapon targeting. The traditional analog displays have been completely replaced by sleek, multifunctional digital screens, providing the flight crew with unprecedented situational awareness instantly. Furthermore, the aircraft now boasts an active electronically scanned array radar, commonly known as AESA, which dramatically enhances its target detection capabilities. This powerful new radar system allows the crew to track multiple moving targets simultaneously across vast distances with absolute pinpoint deadly accuracy. In addition to the radar, the bomber is equipped with a state-of-the-art real-time military data link communication network. This vital network seamlessly connects the B-52 with fighter jets, naval destroyers, and satellite command centers across the entire global battle space. Because of these massive internal electronic upgrades, the aircraft operates more like a flying supercomputer rather than a vintage mid-century bomber. Another astonishing technical highlight of this legendary aircraft is its truly unbelievable payload capacity, which remains unmatched by most modern military planes. Powered by 8 massive jet engines, the B-52 essentially functions as a heavy-duty airborne cargo transport vehicle designed for pure destruction. With the incredible ability to carry over 31 tons of precision-guided munitions, it is rightfully considered a literal flying truck. Inside its cavernous bomb bays, the aircraft can hold a terrifying assortment of cruise missiles, smart bombs, and even advanced nuclear weapons. This massive internal volume allows weapons engineers to continuously integrate completely new missile systems without ever needing to redesign the airplane body. Whenever a new hypersonic missile is invented, the B-52 is usually the very first platform selected to test and deploy that weapon. The sheer size of the wings also provides numerous external hardpoints, allowing the bomber to carry even more destructive firepower into battle. Recently, the United States military made a monumental decision to completely replace all 8 original jet engines across the entire active fleet. This massive engine replacement program is not just about basic maintenance. It represents a fundamental transformation of the aircraft's core performance capabilities. The brand new commercial-grade turbofan engines will significantly reduce overall fuel consumption while providing much greater thrust and improved operational reliability. By burning jet fuel much more efficiently, these modern engines will dramatically increase the maximum flight range of the entire bomber fleet. This means the B-52 can launch from bases within the United States and strike targets anywhere globally without requiring mid-air refueling support. Beyond fuel efficiency, the new engines will drastically reduce the heavy maintenance burden that has plagued ground crews for many long decades. Mechanics will no longer need to constantly repair aging mechanical parts, allowing the aircraft to maintain a much higher mission readiness rate. The B52 perfectly demonstrates a profound truth in military engineering. A solid, stable mechanical platform is the ultimate key to lasting immortality. By prioritizing abundant internal space and structural stability over sleek aesthetics, the original designers accidentally created a truly timeless machine of war. Modern stealth bombers like the B-2 are incredibly advanced, but their highly specialized, compact designs make future hardware upgrades extremely difficult. Oh wait, in stark contrast, the B-52 offers plenty of empty physical room to easily install heavier cables, larger computers, and bigger cooling systems. It is essentially a blank canvas in the sky, ready to adopt whatever new technology the future of aerial warfare might demand. Let us delve deeper into the fascinating history of how this magnificent flying fortress actually came into existence during the late 40s. Following the end of World War II, the military desperately needed a strategic bomber capable of delivering nuclear payloads across intercontinental distances. The initial design proposals were surprisingly clumsy, featuring straight wings and turboprop engines that simply could not meet the strict military requirements. Legend has it that the final swept-wing 8-engine design was famously sketched out by Boeing engineers in a single weekend. They locked themselves inside a small hotel room in Dayton, Ohio, frantically drafting the revolutionary blueprints that would change aviation history forever. When they finally presented their bold new design to military officials, the generals were absolutely astounded by the massive scale and ambition. The swept wings were engineered to flex significantly during flight, acting as giant shock absorbers to handle the extreme stresses of turbulence. This unique wing flexibility is a crucial reason why the airframe has survived thousands of punishing flight hours without suffering catastrophic failure. During the Vietnam War, the B-52 proved its terrifying conventional bombing capabilities through the infamous Operation Arclight and Linebacker campaign missions. Flying at incredibly high altitudes, the bombers would release massive swarms of high explosive bombs, completely devastating enemy supply lines and bases. The psychological impact on enemy forces was absolutely immense, as the deafening explosions would seemingly erupt from a completely empty blue sky. Following the Vietnam conflict, the bomber was continuously adapted to face the evolving threats of the late Cold War and beyond successfully. As Soviet surface-to-air missile technology rapidly advanced, flying high-altitude bombing missions became far too dangerous for the massive aircraft. Consequently, the Air Force completely changed their tactical doctrine, training B-52 crews to fly at extremely low altitudes to avoid enemy radar. This drastic shift in tactics required heavy structural reinforcements and the addition of complex terrain following radar systems to the aircraft nose. Once again, the incredibly adaptable nature of the B-52 airframe allowed engineers to seamlessly integrate these vital upgrades without starting from scratch. During the Gulf War in 1991, the B-52 fleet launched devastating cruise missile strikes from hundreds of miles away, safely. These long-range standoff attacks demonstrated a major evolution in the bomber's primary role, shifting from gravity bombs to precision-guided missiles. In the modern era of asymmetrical warfare, the aircraft has frequently provided crucial close air support for ground troops in combat zones. Equipped with advanced targeting pods, the crew can precisely drop laser-guided munitions on specific enemy positions within a matter of minutes. The ability to loiter over a battlefield for many hours makes the B-52 an invaluable asset to infantry commanders requesting aerial support. Looking toward the future, the integration of hypersonic weapons will ensure the B-52 remains a terrifying strategic threat for decades to come. These next-generation missiles travel at over 5 times the speed of sound, making them virtually impossible for current defenses to intercept. Because hypersonic missiles are incredibly large and heavy, only a massive platform like the B-52 can currently carry them into combat effectively. The ongoing modernization efforts also include major upgrades to the crew compartment, ensuring better ergonomics and reduced fatigue during extended global missions. New communication consoles and digital flight instruments are replacing the last remaining analog dials, bringing the cockpit fully into the modern century. Despite all these advanced technological improvements, flying the B-52 still requires immense skill, deep physical endurance, and absolute perfect teamwork from everyone. The flight crew must constantly monitor 8 separate engines, manage complex fuel distribution systems, and navigate through increasingly hostile global airspace environments. It is a unique blend of old-school mechanical airmanship and cutting-edge digital warfare management that defines the modern B-52 experience. Maintenance crews also deserve tremendous credit for keeping these ancient mechanical beasts flying safely despite constant shortages of original legacy replacement parts. Often, brilliant military mechanics must reverse engineer and custom manufacture broken components because the original manufacturing companies went out of business entirely. The upcoming engine replacement program will thankfully alleviate much of this heavy maintenance burden, breathing vibrant new life into the aging fleet. By the time the B-52 finally retires in 2050, it will have served the United States military for nearly 1 century. Several generations of pilots from the exact same family have literally flown the exact same individual aircraft during their respective military careers. A grandfather, father, and son could all share personal combat stories about operating the exact same legendary bomber tail number in battle. This incredible generational continuity is absolutely unprecedented in the entire history of modern military aviation, and will likely never happen again anywhere. The B-52 stands as a monumental testament to the sheer brilliance of mid-century American industrial engineering and forward-thinking strategic design. It proves that sometimes the most effective solution to a complex modern problem is a wonderfully simple, incredibly sturdy, and adaptable tool. While newer, sleeker stealth bombers capture the public imagination, the rugged B-52 quietly remains the heavy-lifting backbone of global strategic deterrence. As global tensions continue to rise, the visible presence of a B-52 bomber deployed to a foreign base sends a powerful message. It represents a massive, undeniable projection of military strength, capable of delivering overwhelming destructive firepower anywhere on the planet within mere hours. The roaring sound of its 8 engines is recognized worldwide as a clear symbol of American resolve and unmatched aerial combat supremacy. Even as artificial intelligence and unmanned combat drones begin to dominate the skies, this manned-heavy bomber stubbornly refuses to become obsolete. Its massive payload capacity and unmatched adaptability ensure that it will always find a crucial role in whatever future conflicts may arise. The engineers who sketched those original designs in a Dayton hotel room could never have imagined the lasting legacy of their creation. They simply wanted to build a capable bomber to win the Cold War, but they ended up designing a timeless, flying masterpiece. The B-52 is not just an airplane. It is a continuously evolving technological ecosystem housed within a remarkably durable classic metallic shell. It bridges the massive gap between the analog past of World War II and the highly digital, hypersonic future of modern warfare. As we watch these majestic giants continue to soar through the clouds, we are witnessing living history in dynamic, powerful forward motion. The story of the B-52 teaches us that true innovation does not always mean throwing away the old to build the new. Sometimes true genius lies in building a remarkably strong foundation that can beautifully adapt, grow, and evolve alongside an ever-changing world. The open architecture philosophy behind this bomber should serve as a profound inspiration for modern engineers designing the complex technologies of tomorrow. Build things to last. Build them with extra room to grow, and they might just survive for 100 years of service. The B-52 will undoubtedly go down in history as one of the most successful and resilient military aircraft ever constructed by humanity. Its imposing silhouette will continue to cast a long, powerful shadow over battlefields and military aviation history books for many generations ahead. We have just explored the incredible engineering secrets that allow a 70-year-old bomber to dominate the modern digital battle space. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the remarkable history and technology of the legendary B-52 flying time machine. This is World Decoder, signing off for now. Stay curious, keep exploring, and we will see you in the next exciting episode.